Okay, we live up in here.
7 seconds into the live.
You playing that piano behind you?
I'm good with my fingers. You know, I don't know. This is test run. But welcome to the BIZ, the biz. You know what it is. It's gonna be Z. And I'm alone here with Lady
And Lady T, what's up, y'all? I got some people wanting to enter the studio, so I'm trying to tell them what to do.
You might copy the link and send it to them. Invite. You hit invite.
Okay.
Maybe you can invite them to their Facebook or send them a copy of this link.
Well, I think they have the link. They just didn't know to put their name, so we can add them to the studio.
Okay. We're gonna wait and see. In the meanwhile, you know, we definitely want to thank Toyota. Hashtag Let's Go Places. She added right to the link right away. Just gonna wait. Hello. How are you doing, Smooth Foundation? We're gonna get right with you. She went in and came out, but we'll get her there in a minute.
We'll get her back in here.
We do want to put a disclaimer up. The views and opinions expressed in this program for those of the speakers do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities that they represent. When you come into this podcast, today's topic and subject is going to be gun control, gun violence. See how part of our topic is, America, one nation under the gun, to live and die by the gun. This is a multi-part series that the Biz wants to bring to you and talk about different aspects because it's such a broad and such a wide topic, covered from many different angles. When we talk about gun control, when we talk about the Second Amendment right to bear arms, does it need to be written? Is it infringement on people's rights to bear arms? Talk about gun control, we talk about gun violence. We'll mention some stats here. Lady T got some good stats. We're going to mention how gun violence is an impact and affecting America, affecting the families in America. Like I said, we'll mention how you only have to be 18 to purchase a rifle. You know what I'm saying? Or a handgun. You can buy your first gun as soon as you turn 18. But we'll get into that a little bit more. Also want to thank Basic Supplies. Why?
Because they provide our basic supplies.
So we want to thank them for Positive People Association. We want to thank the Positive People Association for being a community development organization and continuing to help us foster our podcast and many other podcasts to be fostered. We want to thank the Stars of the Theater Troupe. We want to have a guest on today, Smooth Foundation. We'll talk about how that came about and let her elaborate on her story on the Smooth Foundation. We want to thank them too for doing that in the community. Anybody else want to think? It is Dr. Martin Luther King Day.
MLK Day.
So, There was a couple of quotes from Dr. King. We'll show up there. One of the quotes of Dr. King. We'll show some quotes up at the bottom of the screen. But without further ado, we are going to bring in, since we have someone online, we're going to bring in Smooth Foundation, and we're going to get into Did You Know? Did You Know? So, how you feeling, Lady T?
I'm feeling pretty good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. I'm feeling awesome. I really am.
We've had an early day today. We were able to participate in the MLK event in Ashland, Kentucky.
We did. We got to participate.
Performed the Heritage Play, which was an outstanding performance. So
you played Madam C.J. Walker.
That's right. We got the hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side. And you were Megan Wiley Evers.
Yes. I was the first field secretary NAACP in Mississippi, but I got to investigate the murder of Emmett Till, and also, he was
Emmett Till,
yeah, investigated him. Yeah, it was, the story that goes to the Mississippi is a movie about Medgar Evers, and then in the movie Till, it's more recent of a movie. Medgar Evers is seen in that role. Coordinating the investigation. Of the murder.
And part of the Did You Know, Madam C.J. Walker was the first self-made millionaire in America. One of the richest women, black or white.
That is so true. That is so true. So, I mean, I know you got people trying to get in, trying to stream in, come in live and stuff. You still got some people trying to find their way in?
Not right at this second, but they should be maybe.
Okay, so we'll just keep on talking whether we get, and this was one of the formats. It was a lot of people trying to see how to come in. We was expecting a few guests. We want, like I said, multi-part series. We want to bring in law enforcement. A couple of members of the law enforcement to get their opinions. They got caught up and got busy, so they couldn't make it into tonight's podcast. But we wanted to go ahead and continue and do the podcast because we are season 4. This is episode 1, and we want to continue to do this podcasting. And bring this series to you more consistently, but that's from here to there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what I'm trying to do on my phone too is check to see if we are streaming live on.
Yeah. Make sure everything sounds good. Make sure we're good to go. Make sure everything sounds good.
Because if the sound's not coming through, I'm like, I'm gonna switch over to bring in a Smooth Foundation too. One of our guests.
Did you check the sound to see?
I didn't check the sound yet. I'm checking it now. I'm trying to.
Did you add her to the stage? Welcome, Smooth Foundation.
And how's everybody doing this evening?
Good. Happy Martin Luther King Day.
And happy Martin Luther King Day to y'all as well.
We're glad to have you on the first of our multi-part series about gun violence.
I'm glad to be here.
We're kind of doing a sound check to make sure that people can hear us.
Because it's bouncing back.
Yeah. Let me
Our volume is bouncing back?
Yes.
That's because we close, huh?
Well, I can hear me about 3 times.
So it's not just us, it's just the way it's all set up. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
mic, so I don't even know if it's the volume thing. I was gonna turn it down, but
Did you enter to the stage?
we are. You can hear the voice and stuff on. So our sound is good right now on a streamline. We're streaming on LinkedIn. We're streaming on the Biz on Facebook page. We're also streaming on the Norm Branch YouTube page. So we're streaming live on 3 channels right now. Um, and like I said, we're going to continue to get in talking about gun violence and gun control. Um, this is a topic that we have to have a 2-3 part series about this topic. But uh, it's hard to say, like, how do you feel about. Let's do the did you knows before we get into that. Let's do some did you knows.
All right, let's do some did you knows. Okay, the first one. Did you know? Why do bananas have a curved shape?
That sounds nasty. You can't be asking them. Oh no.
Don't take it nasty. It ain't a nasty thing.
Oh, okay. We
I
gotta
can do
have
that.
kids watching this, man.
This is PG rated. It ain't got nothing to do with it.
Why do bananas have a curved shape?
A curved shape.
Hmm.
Yeah. Any guesses? Welcome, Smooth Foundation.
Not bad.
Norby, you got
Hmm.
guesses?
Really, first of all, they grow from banana trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And banana trees grow from the ground. Obviously, what tree grows from the sky, right? Is it the sun?
You're right. They have a curved shape because they reach for the sunlight when they grow.
What can I say?
Okay. Learn something new
All right, you
today.
get a point.
Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What you think?
So I can, so I know who to phone a friend if I ever have a question.
Hey.
Right. That's the one you better phone a friend.
Oh goodness. Okay, the next did you know is what would you guess the capacity of the brain is?
Like that's the capacity of the brain.
Think of it like how they say the capacity of like a phone or storage of a phone. How much storage do you think the brain has?
So storage and memory is 2 different things.
Well, think of it as memory like on your phone. How much memory do you think your brain has?
I don't know. I can't guess that one. I mean, like,
So it says the memory of our brain equals 2.5 million gigabytes,
Hmm.
which would be compared to holding 3 million hours of TV shows.
Wow.
we don't use half our brain then.
You only use half your brain.
Mm.
And Normby, you know you got a lot of brain up there.
Hey, don't take out Norm Beasy.
Well, we do want you to know that the Did You Know is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
That's right. Toyotas are good cars too. All right, and for our final, did you know? Did you know that there were over 630 mass shootings in the U.S. in the year 2023?
You said how many mass shootings?
There were more than 630 mass shootings in 2023, which is too
That's a
many.
lot.
Which, in comparison, in 2021, there were 690. In 2022, there were 647. And in 2023, there were 632.
Now, you said, is this just Ohio?
No, this is mass shootings in the United States.
Oh, mass shootings. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 600 too many.
Yeah, that's way too many.
Yeah.
And they just steady
So
dropping guns out the sky like it ain't nothing.
yeah.
So that's what our topic today. Let's jump right into it. With that number, it's astounding. Um, so are gun control laws effective? I mean, do we need gun control laws? This is just opinion based. Do we need gun control laws? It's yay, nay.
I say definitely yes. We need some type of gun control laws. Now, I'm not saying that we should not have the right to bear arms as far as like a gun in your home for protection. Now, me personally, they make me a little nervous just because we have a child in the home, but you have to be able to properly secure that gun and keep it in a safe place. But you also have the right to protect your home and your family if someone's trying to invade your property and your space. Now, guns don't kill people; people kill people,
Exactly.
and I don't think that and I don't think that there is a reason that it should be so easy for people to get these assault rifles that are not meant for just everyday use. This is not a little pistol. These people are using assault rifles that are used in the army and the military. So why is it so easy to access those things? I don't understand that part of it.
Okay, okay. Thank you,
So
Lady
is it
Keith.
because that the age limit on the assault rifles are a little younger than, and you don't have to go through as um what's what I'm looking, strict guidelines for the assault rifles versus if you're getting a pistol, like where you
Could
have to be
be,
at least,
could be,
I
and
know
we
it
and that's
was.
what that's what we're talking about. It could be you're right. We are talking about the background checks on gun control laws. That's part of what supposed to be implemented by each state has its own gun control laws as well. So it's not so much even just the whole federal gun control law. Each state also has uh, gun control laws. What you can do, as far as carry and conceal with or without a permit. There's so those certain things. So yeah, you could be right about that. And then, uh, like I said, you have to be 18 to purchase, uh, but you have to be 21 to purchase a handgun.
Hmm.
But you could purchase a hunting rifle or whatever at the age of 18. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So yeah, you could be right. Why is the access so easy? And that's something that a lot of people, uh, a lot of people ask and a lot of people talk about. I've seen where, like, for example, Chicago was one of the city states. Illinois, Chicago was one of the cities states where their gun control laws were strict, and they were saying, with our gun control laws being strict, but the outside states around it not having such strict gun laws, the people, like, it was something like, and I should have my facts straight, y'all, but it was something like 80% of the guns found in homicides in Chicago came from the outside states. So they were able to go outside, get the guns easier, bring the guns back in. It was like New York's guns was being shipped from Florida or something. Like the most strict gun state laws were getting guns from weaker gun state laws. So it was just like, hey, we can't get a gun here, but I'll go get a gun somewhere else, and it's easier for me to go purchase a gun in this state, so I'll go get that. So that's one way that people are probably getting access to these firearms that really, like you said, these assault rifles are made to kill an army. Like, why would someone need to banish uh, or have an assault rifle. But also, what's that statistic that you have there, Lady Tiger? I don't want to take over the show. I just want to continue to, like I said, talk about some of these.
I think what I it's just showing the United States gun homicides per 100,000 residents versus other countries. And I mean, I think that's a profound thing. Look how many we have in comparison to some of these other countries of the world.
Yeah,
To me, that's crazy.
yeah, it is. And you got to think, even like
Okay, thank you
with
for that.
some
Yeah,
of
I was
these
just
other countries, some of these other countries, even with their gun laws, or should I say, with let's just say like with their police, they're aimed to shoot like limbs. They don't shoot to kill. United States is the only state that shoot to kill. They go for their chest, they go for the head, they do all of that.
but that
And
too, I want to put this on one. So I want when people come in, we don't want to put this on one section, one sector, or the other. To say, it's not just uh, police killing people with these guns. First,
right,
before we even get into that section, because we wanted to have a couple of officers on the show too to speak with them about that. But this overall period, how many teens? You find that stat, Leah, where how many teenagers uh, and how many people are getting shot every day? Is something like 100 and
120 people a day die from gun
and
violence.
it's not just from police shooting people. This is from, and then we're going to get into the black on black crime. We'll get into black kids shooting black kids, black young men shooting black young men, black shooting black young women. Period. These are some of the numbers that how much more likely is it for an African American to get? And I don't want to jump around, but I mean these are some of the stats.
Well, you were talking
right.
about like the children getting killed. Per everytownresearch.org, it said that nearly 2,500 children and teens die by gun homicide every year. 2,500 kids, babies, young teens die a year.
And that's a lot of heartbreaks. That's a
That's
lot
a
of
lot.
heartbreaks. That's a lot, and that's another perspective that we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the impact, and we're going to let you know Renee. I'm going to call her Renee, but Smooth Foundation on her name. We're going to let her speak about it. She's a guest here that uh, you know unfortunately our family had to become nothing is real until it hits home. It's
So
real.
true.
You have empathy, you have sympathy for things, but anything when it touches home, it really becomes wow. Now we are a part of this number of the percent of people getting dying, being victims of homicide, being victims of gun violence, and it becomes real and it becomes hard. And at any time that you feel you don't want to speak on things, Renee, then just, you cool. We'll take you off of there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a touchy subject. 2,000 over 2,000 teens, kids getting shot every year. Um,
And so I just want to add to that too, just because, as far as from race, black children and teens are 17 times more likely than white children and teens to die by homicide, by guns.
Wow.
And I thought that was alarming too.
Yeah, that's a
17,
lot.
17 times more.
so
Yeah.
that's yeah. Go ahead, Renee.
No, I was just agreeing with her. Like that's a lot of children that are passing away from gun violence. Like my 15-year-old grandson on March the 16th of 2023. They didn't even give him a number on what number that he made as a homicide. It's sad because both families are losing because here's this kid, we're not ever getting our grandkid back. or son or brother or nephew. He's not ever coming back. But this 16-year-old kid is going to get a second chance. He's going to get a chance to have a kid. He's going to get a chance to go to college or be married or try to change his life. He's going to have a second chance. My grandson is not going to ever have a second chance. He's not going to get to go to homecoming or prom or none of that. And it's sad that the court system just give them anything today. Like, okay, well, you know what? We're just going to give them a year or two, and hopefully, um, once that time is done and over with, they get their life right. No, they're coming right back out there and do it again. Because if you don't lock them up the proper way and get them some kind of help on top of it, they're definitely coming back out there and do it again.
The rehabilitation part of it as well. I think that's key to mention that the rehabilitation because and hopefully not everybody and some man like we talking and you named a couple things there in that education, ignorance. Um, I don't think, and we talked about this too, Lady T. Does watching TV does these games desynthesize uh, the kids, teenagers, adults to shootings? We watch shootings on TV every day. We see it in our movies. We hear it in our music. Does it desynthesize us to the fact that it becomes that much easier to take a gun and settle your differences with a gun than to either talk it out or fight it out. But that part of it, the rehabilitation, the mindset, I think hopefully if you happen to have had to uh, take a gun and use it at a young age, you realize that you took somebody's life, and it's not a game. They're not. There's no point of return. Can you come back out and can you do something productive in society and realize what you've done with that gun? But do you think the music? Do you think the and how are you doing with another guest in the studio? Hey, Cheryl, there. Do you think that uh, these things affect the mind and desynthesize us to guns in America? Because how many? I'm gonna try to find that screen and show you how many people own a gun in America. But go ahead, anybody can answer that question.
Mm.
Nobody can hear
And
you.
it,
Lady, yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you was muted.
Okay. I'm sorry. I took myself off. I was trying to mute myself and then forgot to take off. No, I'm saying like I think it does play a part. If that's all you see, if that's all you know, if that's all that's promoted as a positive, I just don't know where the change in our society came that we can't just fist fight. We can't just talk things out anymore. Like everybody is toting a gun and pulling out a gun like it's cool. And you see this violence and you see these things promoted like it's okay. I mean, it's almost becoming like second nature to people anymore just to pull a gun out for no reason.
Yeah.
You can't talk
I
something out. You can't fist fight. We used to get off the bus at a different bus stop and say, we're going to fight. You can't do that anymore. People want to pull a
Knock the
gun
stick
out
off
on
your
you.
shoulder. Knock that stick off my shoulder.
Right,
What
right.
you gonna do?
right, knock the
Yeah.
stick off
So,
my shoulder. What? What?
but
Yeah, it
you
was
see
like
these
that back in the
things.
day.
Yeah, you see these things now, and it's like you're supposed to carry a gun. You're supposed to shoot. You're not supposed to use your fist. You're not supposed to use your mouth. It's a gun. That's the only thing they know. And I don't know where that shift came. I don't know what happened.
Right, because like you said, at the end of the day, our fist was our gun. That's what we had.
you
We
live
had
to
our
see,
fist.
you live to see another day. Um,
Exactly. Live to see another day.
Yeah,
but
I think it's got a
um,
lot to do. I think, like you said, Leah, the environment that the kids are around, and not only that, I was watching a couple of young kids, 6 to 10 years old, play Roblox, and they were stealing cars and busting windows and breaking in houses on the Roblox game. All the kids are playing it.
Yeah,
What is that teaching them?
that's what I'm saying. I think it's desensitizing their mind to think this is okay. It
Mhm.
becomes uh, a game until it's too late. Um, I'm not a gun owner, and for reasons, um, I did a long time ago when I was in high school. I found a gun. We had moved to a neighborhood, and in our garage was a gun and the bullets, and I was like, oh. So I found a little handgun, and had a little handgun, and when I got it, did it make me feel a little more like a sense of power? Yeah, I was like, yo, when I was, you know what I'm saying, I'm a teenager, I got this gun, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying, and I can remember and recall one evening where me and my friend knew I had the gun, and for whatever reason, we was walking home late at night, and these other guys was across the street, and for whatever reason, it became one of those little, what y'all looking at? What you looking at? What y'all looking at? You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I got this gun on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when we got back to the house, we sit there and thought, like, that would have been the dumbest thing ever. Just a split second is all it takes for your
Mm-hmm.
whole life to change. And I got rid of the gun shortly after that because I did not like the feeling um, of having it or what it was. And I showed it to one of my white colleagues, white friends at school. Um, but that story, I'm just saying, telling that story because I want to talk about like some people feel like it's necessary to get a gun because other people probably have a gun and they want to protect themselves, right? So what what can you say to that?
Mm.
Well, any
And
yes, Sheila, go ahead, Leanne.
peer pressure is has a lot to do with it today, or the in crowd, or I want to be like him, or I want to be like her. If their family know that they carrying around a gun, well, I need to carry around one too. You ain't even raised like that. Some of these kids ain't even raised in that type of environment, and just want to be so down with the in crowd that they go here. Well, my credit is good. I can go purchase both of us one. Now it's in your name, and now both of y'all in trouble.
Well, they don't even need credit for it, really,
Not this day.
uh,
I mean, you can be
I
to
mean,
18
get
and go
their
back
purchase it.
gun
back then
license.
you had to have credit. I mean, in order to get one, but now today they just it seems like they just have a whole bunch of them in the sky and they just drop them and spread them out everywhere, and then
Yeah, because
everybody's
they
just
making
picking
them
up
ghost
guns.
guns.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what the answer is, what do you say and how do you feel if someone is saying, I'm gonna get a gun to protect myself though, because everybody seems to be getting guns. I mean, you know what I mean? Because it depends on the responsible person that has a gun and the irresponsible person, I guess to
Hmm.
Right.
say. You know what I'm saying? So
Like Lady
how do
T
we
said,
feel?
it ain't the gun that kill you, it's the person that's holding the gun. That's the person that's going to kill
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and I can't see my kid or someone, my nephew, my niece, whatever, coming to me and saying, "I'm gonna get a gun just because everybody else is." That's not the way to go. And I think it depends too on the maturity level. But these kids should not be toting guns. How are you getting them? Who's giving them to you,
Well,
and
you only
why?
got
What
to
are you
be
going to do with
18 to
it?
get one.
I know, but well, that's true.
That's
I mean, these 18-year-olds, but there's kids younger than 18 carrying guns.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
much so now. That's what I'm saying. So now
Because look at
the
these kids that's been
mentality
tried as
is
adult, that's 13 and 12, that's here in the city, that's they got guns. Where
carrying
did they get
guns
them from? And they
when
not,
they're being
and
tried as
they
adults
binding these children over as adults. That's
Hmm.
because
13, 12, 13, 14 years old.
instead of trying to find out where they got the gun from and going after that person, or going after those that people that gave him the gun. I don't know. I'm saying. I mean, they're not going. I don't know. It's a sad. It's a sickening thing to me. But um,
I honestly too think, and this is just my opinion, some of these kids are cowards. Some of them are
I could take that.
cowards, and
You
they
got some adult
feel like
cowards
they
too.
are. I feel like they being cowards, and the way to feel powerful is to tote a gun.
It ain't just the children though. What about the adults?
Well, that too.
You got some adult cowards too. Look at my son. He was the 144th homicide victim in 21, September the 9th, 2021. Still no justice for him. My grandson, we went to court for him. We didn't get justice for real. The little boy got 3 years for a gun, for carrying a gun, and 6 months for the murder. So where's the justice at?
And you know what? You were speaking about Malik getting shot and killed in 2021, and it's. I was looking back at these
And that
facts.
was from
2020.
road rage. And that's
Yeah.
from road rage, they say.
Well, I was just saying, like 2021 on these statistics was the highest year for gun homicides of 690. It was the highest
Well,
year for
and
gun
that's across
homicides.
the nation. That's across
That's
the
across the
nation.
nation. So 2021 though, compared to all these other years, I mean, it goes back to 2014, and 2021 was the highest.
Mm,
wow.
And that might be.
that's crazy.
I just put a stat. I just put a stat up on the line uh, there. Who owns guns? This particular stat: 44% of Americans have at least one gun in their household, and it goes and breaks down to that group. 72% on a handgun and pistol, and so and so. If you can actually see um,
Hmm.
some of that, 54% on a shotgun. Uh,
But look at
Why are we? What is the
62%
What is the
got a
semi-automatic
rifle
models?
though.
Right. Why
Look
do
at
we
the
even have
rifle,
that big a number?
62%. Like that number is way too big.
I think it's down.
What are we
I
doing with
took it
these in
down.
our home? What do we? I mean, we're not in the military. What? Why do we even have these?
Um, that's like I said, and, and
Who's
we
really
had
hunting?
the excuse me,
Mhm.
huh?
Or what are they hunting? It don't look like they hunting live animals. Well, they look like they hunting humans because you got these semi-automatic. You see, they going in these schools, whether it's the elementary schools, the colleges. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Well, I'm mad at my old teacher, so I'm gonna take out everybody that's in the school.
That's a good transition and another topic. While we said this is a broad topic on gun control versus gun violence. Um, in America, one nation under the gun. Mass shootings have been up high, skyrocketed. It's been crazy. Uh, when I think it was 95. Columbine was it 90, 95, 98 something. When we kind of first heard of the first kind of mass shooting of a school, and it just blew and rocked our mind. Since then, like you said, Renee, guns is all in throughout the school. I was reading the Herald Dispatch, and on the front of it, West Virginia bill to allow armed security in schools. So they were putting this bill out to see if they were going to allow armed security in schools. At one point, they wanted teachers K through 12 to be allowed to carry concealed weapons into the school. And there are other schools in other cities that's already metal detectors.
I was gonna
Already
say they
have
could
these.
put the metal detectors.
They got security guards on campus. I was listening to a lady the other day while I was researching this. She said it would cost anywhere from 75,000 to 100,000 to have an armed security guard at the school. So depending on how many schools you have in your county, how much money it's going to cost. But forget about the money necessarily. But they're turning
What
these
about the
schools
life?
into baby prisons. Like somewhat some like so like.
Well, even in that same article that you were just talking about in the Herald Dispatch, they were
Hmm.
talking about possibly having retired police or previous honorably discharged veterans from the military stationed in the schools to protect the children. That was part of that article too. So they were looking at that as a possible proposal.
I mean, what do y'all feel about that? And get y'all's opinion.
You're muted, Cheryl.
I said I feel like if they do something like that, they need to for sure vet whatever officers or veterans are coming in because some of them ain't really
Well, that was part of it too. They had to go through
mental.
an
They're
extensive
mental,
background and yeah, mental. They had to go
Right.
through a psychological evaluation. They were
and
doing like an
then
extensive check. Yes, and you
Yeah, they
couldn't
would
be
definitely have
like
to do that.
you had to be honorably discharged from. I mean, they had stipulations for them before they could ever even be considered. So that was part of the plan.
part of the. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
no.
yeah. Because that's
But
necessary.
even like I'm saying, retired police officers and stuff, you definitely need to check their background because all police officers, I'm not saying all of them are bad, but all of them ain't good either. So you
Right.
got to make sure who you got around your kids
True.
and if they're really there to protect them or, you know what I mean? Because they're supposed to protect us, protect and serve. That's what they, when they swear in, that's what they swear in to do, protect and serve. Now, are they really there to
But
do that?
would you rather have the off-duty trained person holding the gun, or would you rather have one of these teachers get trained and be carrying a gun? What would you?
That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
kind of hard. I mean, cause you got these teachers in there with guns, and you got one student that jump up in their face, and next
And
thing you
they
know,
may dead.
they talking about, well, I was scared and shot him. They might not even like that kid
Right.
for real, or that
Yeah, I'm
student.
not so. I'm not so sure about the. I mean,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that one.
So you'd rather have someone that's been trained in some form of uh, military, police, whatever. Short of, I'd rather have that person stand guard at the door or wherever they may have to stand guard than have trained teachers stand guard because these trained people are supposed, you know what I'm saying, be trained for combat. And it sounds crazy to even say combat at a school that you have to be ready for combat. But
yeah, that was
we,
something that was mentioned in that article. Something about they were trained to basically jump a shooter, jump the gun if it
Mm,
came to it.
and that's what I'm saying. And
that's military.
that's the person you rather have than a teacher that may even in the instance outside of even the part of panicking and doing something irrational to try to justify, but may panic and freeze up in a moment to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sticky situation. I'd hate that we're going that route in our country in America that you know uh, you have to have these armed because not you know what I'm saying you talking the elementaries, the middle schools, the high schools, the colleges, you know, and where does it stop? Where does it stop until it becomes a what? A military state, martial law or something, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be it's now gotta be because everybody, you know what I'm saying, has a gun, whether your state has the law to conceal and carry, you don't have to you don't have to have a permit to even carry a gun. Where does it stop? Where does it stop or you like what do we have to have another over 200,000 over 2,000 over 2,000 teens dying a year? When does the number stop? Does the homicide number come down? Do we have to have another mother, another father, such as Renee, go through losing a child and losing a young man, a father at that? Do we have and a grandson is 15? You know the family that's affected, the aunts, the uncles the cousins. Everybody's affected by losing someone to this gun violence, and everybody has to grieve and go through it their way that they go through it. But my point is, when does it stop? When does it stop? If there are gun control laws and people will argue the Second Amendment, then there's the NRA that we could talk about.
When
Uh,
Jesus
and
comes.
you know what I'm saying? And the people that have money that's funding the campaigns to say, y'all, they trying to take the Second Amendment right from you. Nobody's trying to do that. That's as bad as they try to say Kaepernick was kneeling for the, against the soldiers. No, man, he was kneeling because he was trying to bring attention to Black Lives Matter. But anyway, we ain't talking about that. My fault. When does this stop? When can we, and when do you think? And it's weird. I'd love to have some other men on here, but I'm on here with moms. It's even deeper, man. When does it stop where you don't have to fear for your child's life? You know what I'm saying? And when, cause like Renee said, shoot, over road rage. It's too late.
Right. Gun over road rage or TikTok.
So what do you? I
15-year-old
mean, go ahead.
making a
I'm just
TikTok.
listening. I'm just here. This is another stat.
Or
Let me show you this stat here as well. The majority of murders in America involved guns.
Look, hands, fists, feet are 4. And then you got guns 45%.
No, that's handguns, 45.7%.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that?
Rifles is 2.6%. Shotguns was 1.4. Unknown firearm, which could include handguns or whatever, was 23.9%.
Well, what's up at the top with that hands, fists, feet,
With the
etc.?
fist.
No,
And it
no,
says
that's
4.3%.
4.3%. Murders, someone died by hands, feet, fists, whatever.
Right. That's what I'm
4.3.
saying. Look at that in comparison to handguns and different guns.
Yeah, I mean the whole blue pie right there is
right.
all different type of guns.
Mm-mm.
So you put all that combination
And you got that
together.
very tiny piece because
As I said,
just
you
from
put
your
that combination
hands.
together, just a quarter of the homicides in 2019. Y'all see the date, 2019. Uh, just a quarter of that, 25% of that was by a knife or other. 75% basically was by a gun. That was the majority of murders in America involved guns. 75% of murders in America involved a gun. Just wanted to show
That's
that
deep.
uh, piece there.
I don't even know what the solution is, honestly. I don't know when it stops cuz it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better anytime soon. Cuz
When
people
Jesus
always
comes.
want to yes, people always want to argue that somebody's trying to take their rights away. No, we're not trying to take your rights away, but we have to have better accountability, responsibility, something to control these guns.
Mhm.
And to
Right.
be quite frank, we have to worry about our African American children more every day because we're targets.
Right.
Talk.
We
Uh huh.
target from ourselves. We target from the police. We target from other races. I mean, it's like,
We
go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, and we targeting each other.
What you just said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is cool, and to elaborate on that, because I wanted to put a piece in, eventually share it and continue to be streamed. Uh, the Black on Black Lives Matter movement should not end and should not have ended with saying the police brutality. And this Black on Black Lives Matter should say Black on Black Lives Matter to Black lives. You're so right. We need to curb this number, and to curb the number, we need to curb the number of uh, us killing us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not be so quick to kill each other. You don't know who you are shooting. The mayor, the next governor, the next scientist. Basically, even just outside of that, somebody's dad, a kid's dad that needs to be raised by their father, somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody, what I'm saying, somebody's nephew, uncle. You don't know. We don't know who we killing with each other, man. You could be killing somebody
Right.
that you
You
can
still
go
get
go in
it could be
business with
somebody's
and create
sister,
a
somebody's
business together.
mother.
Yes.
Yeah, the women
You
too.
took that out my
Somebody's
mouth.
mother. The women, you know, so right. The
Sandra
women too. You
Bland,
don't
look
know
at her.
somebody's mother that, you know, just we don't know what we're doing. We need to stop it. We need to
Yeah.
stop it. We need to stop self hate. If that's what's causing us to pull the trigger so fast, to be able to take the life. I was just looking at. I went to go light a candle for my nephew, and I seen three related homicides in January already of this year, in the city of Columbus. Three, and one guy was 38, one kid was 21, and one kid was under the age of 21. And I was like, "Yo, this just happened this year? Are y'all serious? Like,
And
come
it's just the
on, we gotta
middle
stop
of
it.
January.
We gotta stop it. We got Black lives have to matter to Black lives. We gotta start educating our youth what to do right. You know, I
Right.
understand if you, I don't understand if you want to be tough. It's not impressive to be able to carry a gun. We went to last year. You know, one of my uh, another family member. Like I went to like 2 or 3 funerals last year in the city of Columbus of kids under the age of 15
Yeah.
that had to
Because
bury. And these kids in this funeral home, when they coming into the funeral home and they sitting in the funeral, and you looking in the crowd and you like, man, these they here burying their peers at 14, 15, 16, becoming normal to them. This cannot be the case. Like,
right.
what is
Because
going
like
on?
Dier, 16 years old,
Yeah.
Sade's son,
That's what I'm
16.
saying. I remember sitting in there and looking and I'm like, these kids come up here and say, I'ma always keep these memories. Y'all ain't lived long enough to have memories.
Right.
It's
And
becoming so regular and so normal that it's almost like they become immune to it. Like it's almost expected anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, oh, okay, it's just another death. Like it's almost to the point now that it's a again, it's just they're immune to it, and it shouldn't be that way.
and like Tiny said, they say, oh, well, we're gonna keep the memory going. Some people don't have memories. Why? Or some, let me rephrase, or some of the memories have to stop right there. They don't get to continue to make memories because it stops at 15, 14, 21, 27. Look at, or the father who the wife want to leave the husband, or the husband want to leave the wife, and you know what I mean? You see that on them gun violence statistics. Here's this man killed the woman and the kids. What?
Yep.
Take yourself. Or here's the
Domestic
woman,
situations. Yep.
or the woman killed the man. And then the kids still got to suffer because now your mom gone and your daddy. I mean, it's heartbreaking the way that society is going. It's heartbreaking because these children is getting younger and younger, and everybody is suffering. Like Tiny said, you got the, what Norm said, you got the grandkid, you got the grandparents, you got the mother, the father, the aunts, the uncles, the siblings, the children. This is stuff that we can't get back. We can't go visit them. Only way we can visit them is at the grave. That's not, that's it, it has to stop. Like you said, do my black life matter to my black sister? Do my black life matter to my black brother? We are kings and queens. And to be taking each other out is getting ridiculous. What is it going to
I,
take other than Jesus to come?
whew. I just wanted to mention a couple other statistics that was on the site. It said that every month, an average of 70 women in the United States are shot and killed by an intimate partner. Every month.
You,
This ain't yearly. Every
you
month,
say it
70
again?
women. Every month, an average of 70 women in the U.S. are shot and killed by an intimate partner.
Wow.
And then it says Approximately 3 million American children witness gun violence every year. 3 million children witness gun violence every year.
And that's what my on that particular stat, I wanted to look into a little more to see if that was witnessing on TV, movies, witness it in person. That 3 million witness in person, or did that 3 million witness it through in
Yeah, it doesn't
person? Or
specify that.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I said. So I wanted to look into that a little bit more because it not the number might be more than 3 million if you add the media violence that kids probably witness through their phones now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Cheryl had mentioned, they playing Roblox and they're watching violence on the Roblox. So that number may even go up
True.
in a number. But I mean, just wanted to throw that out there too. But um, that's why I said this is going to be a great series to continue this conversation. Bring in more guests, bring in more viewers. I know they will. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us too. Not that I'm closing out because I want everybody to close out with uh, a final saying how broad this topic is. We talking gun control and gun violence. Um, all the law or gun control laws, do they even exist or not? But we'll get into that a little more. There's another stat. Uh, I don't know if y'all. I hope y'all can see that. I was talking about earlier. Gun. Let me get the school shooting since Columbine, and Columbine was in '99. And this goes all the way to 2022, and then you can see the numbers there. What what the, what the numbers are.
And I will say, when I was doing research, they consider a mass shooting anytime there's four or more people killed.
Hmm. That's deep.
And the number on here that scares me, and not even really something scares me, it shocks me, was the 331 number of K through 12 school shootings. I don't know if that number just seems crazy that there was
Yeah.
that many shootings between K through 12. So
Because
that
them is
number was shocking.
babies.
That number was just, and that's how
Yeah.
many shootings it was. I guess it don't say 331 shootings. I don't know how many deaths it was. It said 3,000, 1,100, something like that. But yeah, like I said, I know everybody got something to get back to, and even getting in more depth, I want to bring in Renee, and I have a friend. One says his son also. We call him Manny. I want to speak with his. I want to speak with Renee and a few other these parents that I know personally that have been affected by gun violence, by losing the life of a child. There's several other. Hopefully, in our next podcast with this next topic, not necessarily the next one, but
Yeah, and
the
then
next topic when we talk
maybe
about it, I would like to bring these parents in and and speak with them, and also uh, the people that uh, it affected, because Cheryl, as well, one of the guests is here today. We'll close out, has been a victim and lost her son to gun violence too. So would like I'm saying her to speak out about even that part of, you know what I'm saying, because that was her son as well, and they lost him. Um, what you saying something, Cheryl? I see you get off mute.
no, I was saying, and then maybe we can bring Fame, and she can talk on how the gun violence and the statistics just within Maryland and DC. You know, we
Yes.
lost a nephew in May to gun violence right after Malik. Right after Malik, he turned around and
We could bring her in
got
too. Yeah.
shot in his car. Like,
Yeah.
just leaving from the gas station. Like, I mean, like,
And
enough
what
is
was
enough.
yours, Cheryl? What was your situation?
I couldn't hear you.
I said, what was your situation?
They
What
still
was
haven't solved Manny's murder.
And it was by
They still
gun
haven't
violence.
solved it. And it was gun violence. He was shot in the street trying to get in his car.
So, so I definitely, like I said, we, Lady T to talk about. Lady Tiger wanted to talk about this topic, and I do too. And the more we get into it, to talk about it, we know, we just want to speak. We send out our hearts, our condolences, and our hearts are felt for the parents. Cannot imagine, don't want to imagine, can feel it because of the closeness. Like I said, once it hits home, it hits home, um, and it's hit home. But
And on
you know,
Ashley's birthday.
you know, so
Yeah.
when it hits home, and it's hurtful. Uh, it's hard to express it. So that's my last word to say. This is necessary to continue to get in.
I just want to
Yeah.
clarify when I said about the mass shootings, it was they considered a mass shooting four or more if it's someone is killed or injured. So that's
Oh.
what's considered a mass shooting, killed or injured. Um, But as far as like final words, I know we are going to continue this topic. I think it's a necessary topic. I don't know when it's going to stop. I don't know how it's going to stop. All we can do is pray and cover our families and our children and everyone we know in the blood of Jesus, because I don't know when it's going to stop. It shouldn't be to a point that you got to worry about your child when they walk out the door. I shouldn't have to worry about my kids when they're at school, whether they're in school trying to learn or teach or whatever. I shouldn't have to worry about my husband being out and someone just because he might have looked at them the wrong way, they might shoot him. I shouldn't have to worry about a disgruntled um, employee that no longer works with me, and they might come back and shoot up my work. It has to stop. So yeah, we need to continue this conversation, and hopefully we can have more people on here
Right.
and
And
share more
just
statistics.
right. I'm gonna go ahead. But just to add to what you're saying, and kids shouldn't have to worry about their parents based on what they've experienced if their parents is gonna go out and come back home or not.
Yeah,
Because they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's it.
Well, I just want to send my heart and prayer to all the parents, whether it's a mother or father that's experiencing this type of pain. It's a pain just like no other. I pray for those who, if you haven't experienced it, you don't want to experience it, because if you ain't got the grace of God, it will definitely take you out. If you ain't got a strong backbone or uh, that family or friend support, it will take you out. And like I said, my heart and prayer go out to anybody that's going through this right now, whether it's with a child, a grandchild, or a sibling, anybody. Is just keep them uplifted, because they gonna need it. Because if they can, it ain't a day by day. Is if you can get through each second of each day, you conquer the minute. If you can get through that minute, you conquer the hour. If you can get through the hour, then you know that you completed a day. And my life is second by second right now. So I pray for y'all.
Well, we pray for you. We want to extend our prayer for you. I can't tell somebody how long to grieve.
And that's another thing. People can't tell you how long to grieve. Do not let nobody tell you how long to grieve, because they would definitely try.
So,
Grieve as long as it's going to take you. Just put God in it
and that's what I want
while
to
you're going through it.
definitely have faith. Pray that God still comforts and gives strength when people, when at homegoing services, when people say that, I hope they mean that. We pray that God gives His family comfort and strength to carry on for the days after this day, uh, for the days to come, for the nights to come, and the road ahead. So, but listen, this is America, one nation under the gun, to live and die by the gun. You're listening to The Biz. You're watching The Biz. You're streaming it with us live. Thank you for tuning in on The Biz on Facebook. Hope to be able to share that through Facebook. LinkedIn, and all my LinkedIn followers and friends on LinkedIn, thank you for tuning tuning in. Thanks LinkedIn to be able to go stream live on LinkedIn and also on Norm Branch on the YouTube page. And hopefully we can stream this on a little bit more channels. But until next time, Lady T.
What's up? I'm excited about the next time because I think this is a good topic. So
I like that
until the
back
next
there,
time.
back there too. That's pretty awesome.
MLK.
Okay, and that's why we chose
MLK.
the podcast today on this specific topic because it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so we get to celebrate one of America's and one of Black America's icons to help shape and change the mind state of America. Again, I'm Norm Beasy. Thank our guests, Smooth Foundation, Cheryl, Renee for coming in. We value your thoughts and your opinions on the show. Share it with your friends, and let's keep this thing moving. And we'll see y'all next time.
Until the next
All right.
time.
Until the next time. Bless.
God bless.
God bless y'all. Bye.
Sheesh.